Yes, he fasted in Mali, and then there was tear gas used against IBK's opponents.
I always did a solidarity visit.
There was a child rape disclosed by the UN in Mali. He didn't look into it while he was there.
It is when one also fasts and when one pays respect to the community we are visiting. I had the experience as High Commissioner for Refugees to see that
There's a UN security barbecue that they're doing, charging $15 for an open bar in the UN. Goat. This is really pathetic. This is Lieutenant Dobbins. There's our other gentleman here. Here's Catherine Pollard. Catherine Pollard. I'm a journalist at the UN doing my work. These are your people. They say they're under orders to do it. Is it from you? Good. Look, here's a retired journalist. Talif, I'm being thrown out of the UN. Talif Dean, I'm being thrown out of the UN by security. This is a long-time journalist here. I'm going back in to write my article. Yeah, keep moving, keep moving. This guy's a journalist here 40 years. He's actually no longer a correspondent. But you didn't check his past, right, Mr. Dobbins? Who had you do this? You say you're on somebody's orders. I'll point you out. Non-resident correspondents as we go out, so you can see just how corrupt what you're doing is. My stuff is up. I told you, my computer is upstairs. You're denying me the right to do my work over the weekend just out of your own targeting corruption. No, no, no. Are you checking with other journalists if they're non-resident correspondents? Have you looked at anyone else's past but mine? No, I'm asking you. Did you look at anyone else's past but mine? If you did this in NYPD, you would be suspended. You would be suspended for targeting a journalist you don't like. You would. All of you. Shocking. It's in the media alert. Please, let's talk to this guy. This guy always says, talk to me if I'm having a problem. I'm being put out. I can't even get my computer upstairs. I went in and Lieutenant Dobbins, no, this guy told me talk to him whenever I have a problem. I have a problem. I covered this event. No, I covered this event. No, so I don't believe you anymore. You say talk to you if I have a problem. Absolutely corrupt. 100%. See this event? I would like to see you, Lieutenant Dobbins, go in. I was there covering it. I filmed the whole thing.
Move, we gotta go.
Are you throwing out any other non-resident correspondents? I'm asking you. You target one journalist, not anyone else.
Let's go. We're gonna talk about
Corrupt. No, we're not talking anything. There's nothing to be said. The UN is corrupt. I'm being thrown out. This is a Moroccan diplomat. I'm being put out of the UN. Oh, you don't know. I'm sure. I don't know because you're a member state. Look at these thugs. Look. My computer is inside. I'm telling you right now. Oh, my computer is inside. You're going to talk to Malu. No, keep pushing me. I love it. I haven't touched anybody here. You guys would be suspended. In NYPD, you would be suspended because it's oh, keep whistling. This is great. Total corruption. Seriously. You just walked by a group of non-resident correspondents. You targeted one journalist because you don't like him. It's unbelievable. What do you think this... I don't know what country. I don't even want to name a country. Like North Korea was before the Singapore talks. I'm telling you, I have my computer up there. I need it to do my work. So what's your response?
Please leave.
What's your response? Since this isn't the rule, since Malu has told me that I'm allowed to get my computer, you're putting me out and costing me 2 days' work. I'm just asking you, what's your response?
Please leave.
What's your response? You don't care. You don't care.
My response is please leave.
Yeah, you don't care.
All right.
Only because the UN can't get sued. Only because the UN can't get sued. Disgusting. My computer is inside. 2 days, I'm not going to write, but I'm going to get another computer. I'm going to write an article about this. What's your name, sir?
You don't have to
Officer?
You don't have to tell your name. Please leave. You have my name. That's enough.
Yeah. 2 B's, right? 2 B's, INS?
Spell it how you want.
No, I want to know how to spell it. How do I spell it? Where's your name? No. My computer is inside. You're denying me my right to report on the UN for 2 days. Oh, I said it already? Yeah. I did say it, and I'm going to say it again and again. Because they even said I can come in on Sunday to cover the budget thing. This is what you don't even understand. You didn't even wait to hear back from Malu. I called the guy from Talmekel. You're making it like, oh, I didn't resist anything. I'm telling you, I need my computer to do my job. I need my computer to do my job. So you're trying to deny me my right to my computer to write about the UN.
You're not supposed to be in the building.
No, there's an event going on right now. I can be at the event. What do you mean? Did you see the media alert? Have you ever heard of the media alert? The media alert event, any journalist is allowed to go.
Please leave.
This is disgusting. I'm allowed to be at that event right now. You didn't read the instructions. You didn't know. Corrupt. A totally corrupt organization. Yeah, don't, definitely. It's in the media alert. And I told you, it's in the media alert and it's still ongoing. I have every right to be there. I have a right to come in Sunday and cover the budget committee. You didn't wait to hear back from Malu. You just want to censor. Seriously. My computer is inside the building. I guess I have to get another bill. Oh, yeah, your work here is done. Go and get drunk and eat some goat meat. Shocking. I wasn't rude to this guy, nothing. I was just going to my office to do my work. This individual, Lieutenant Dobbins, is totally corrupt. I was going to my office to do my work, to write up the event that I'm allowed to cover, that I'm still allowed to be at. I tried to diffuse it. I said, call Talmekel, call media accreditation. He didn't wait 10 minutes. He had a friend of his call me an asshole. I'm sorry to swear, but that's what he did. Keep writing it up. I'm a journalist.
Excuse me, sir.
No.
I really understand. If you don't mind, just stay.
I'll stay right here. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. There's something deeply wrong with UN security, because I was at the noon briefing today. I asked, and they said I can come in Sunday to cover the budget thing. I told them, please, you have to tell these guys, because they don't care. They like to torture journalists because they have no accountability. Any other police force would suspend this guy immediately. Seriously. I'm not swearing. You can write everything that you want. I'm a journalist that I need my computer. That's why I'm not leaving, because there's 2 days. I write 7 stories a day. How am I supposed to do my work without my computer? Even if the guy thought it was true, he should have said, I'll escort you to get your computer and get out. But he didn't. He said, you've got to go. I said, wait a second. I'm sure Tom Beckel's going to call back. I'm sure I can resolve this so I can get my computer to do my job. No, he said, you got to go. His friend called me an asshole. This is disgusting. I'm still waiting because I need my computer. I can't do any of my work without my computer. And I told him that. This is the UN? They pretend to care about people? Oh yeah, Haiti, they care so much. Give me a break. Unbelievable. Yep. I guess the lieutenant is gone. He's gone to the barbecue now, having done his quota. Say again? All right. Speaking of, yeah. I'm repeating again. I need to get my computer. I am a journalist. My computer is inside. It's allowed to be there. I'm allowed to cover that event. I need my computer, or I can't work.
Can you get in touch with Malu?
No, I can't.
All right. Once they okay you to come in,
I called Malu. He didn't even let me finish the call. I'm speaking a voicemail to Tom Meckel, and he says, you got to get out. He calls you guys with machine guns. Give me a break.
That's the
no.
advice I have for
no,
you.
I don't accept it. I don't accept it because no, I need my computer. I will call them, but it's not because it's not reasonable. That's an unreasonable solution because he should have let me make a call.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's pull out. The goat is cooking. The goat is cooking, and Johnny Walker is pouring. Maybe you can find another journalist to throw out. Oh, I forgot. The other journalists, you don't even know who they are. There's 20 non-resident correspondents. 29 resident correspondents in that event of Eid celebration. It's an Eid celebration. This is Eid at the UN. This is the celebration of the end of the holy month of Ramadan, complete with machine guns and the censorship of a journalist for no reason. For no reason. Ramadan. It's a joke. A total joke. Well, here we are. We've called the media accreditation unit 3 times. They claim that the security said it was resolved. It was resolved by Lieutenant Dobbins pushing inner city press out of the gate during the middle of an event that's in the media alert. And I said, my computer's upstairs. I need my computer to do my work, to write my article about Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres is a corrupt censor, okay? This is what happens under his watch.
This is him. The guy said they had orders. He had orders to do it. Orders from who? The Australian pretty boy? No. And I'm still waiting for Malu. They got my text. They said, the security said it was resolved. It's not resolved. The guys with the machine guns wouldn't give their name. The friend of Dobbins called me an asshole. Yes. That's what he said. See, security has a barbecue tonight. They're charging $15 a head for an open bar and some goat. Oh, it's not an open bar. It's a cash bar. Where does the money go? I don't know. Where is Malu? We began calling them 30 minutes ago. But also, UN security isn't trained. No. They pushed me. I said, call. Just wait until the call is answered. I'm getting voicemail at Malu during the middle of an event. Yeah. Maybe they should sell drugs in the UN. Yeah, Eid al Fitr. Antonio Guterres showed up 45 minutes late. Here comes Tal Meckel. Let's see what happens. Look. Yeah. Look, here he comes. Half an hour late, and this happened during the event, Tal. During the Eid al Fitr event. I said there's other resident correspondents there. You can't push me out. He called guards, and the guy's gone. Machine gun guards who pushed me. President correspondents, I pointed them out, people. He said, I don't care. I said, what are your names? He wouldn't give the names. So this is it. I'm done. He should be suspended. Your DPI is wrong for not telling the rules and for allowing a thug to specifically target a journalist, and nobody does anything. Nothing.
Well, I don't know what the background is.
Well, it's all on film, I guarantee you. So I'm informing you that Lieutenant Dobbins didn't care about calling Malu.
How are you?
And I said, look, I'm getting voicemail. Can you wait 5 minutes? He said, you get out.
I have a gentleman.
Then they told you it's resolved. It's not resolved. I need you to take me back inside. I need you to find Lieutenant Dobbins. And I need you to say, this is unacceptable. You cannot call machine gun guards to throw a journalist in the street. You can't. Otherwise, it's nothing. It means nothing. Otherwise, nothing. It's a joke.
Okay.
The guy called me an asshole. A friend of Dobbins that he was allowing into a side entrance into the barbecue said, "You're an asshole, buddy." No, I'm seriously. No, it's fine. I'm just saying. This is under color of law, right?
Well, let me discuss with the officers first to find out what's going on.
No, they all said they can't do anything. It requires Dobbins. I'll back away. I'll back away, but I'm not leaving. I'm not. In fact, I want to do my work, which is my right to do. Lieutenant Dobbins said, I'm sure he has a phone number.
Most I can probably do for you is come in to get your equipment.
So is that really the rule? So you're going to round up all non-resident correspondents and throw them in the street? Let's see.
The rule is that after hours, like non-resident correspondents.
So are you going to start throwing people out in the street at 7 o'clock? Because that's what this guy did. I think you need to say this is wrong. I've covered an event. My stuff is upstairs. I'm just going to do my work. He stopped me at the turnstile and he said, you have to leave. I'm throwing you out of the building. And I said, call Malu. The event is still going on.
The media part of it is over.
Well, I don't get. Yeah, thank you.
Let me try to.
No, and whatever is done tonight is the rule for everyone. Everyone, all. I'm up there. There's people in the bullpen every night. You have to stand up here. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. This is absolutely disgusting. Clear targeting. I'm telling you, I told the guy, there's other non-resident correspondents here. I don't want to cause a problem for anybody, but you cannot just pick a journalist you don't like and call machine gun guards and put him in the street. And that's what happened. So therefore, it must be reversed. Yeah, I call guys that are called ESU, guys with the bag that has an automatic weapon in it. Yes, that's true. I'm just itching to use it. Please, I'm sure Dobbins is eating his goat meat barbecue right now. Go and find him. That guy should take his uniform off and go home. Seriously. There was no misunderstanding, just an absolute abuse of authority. Something that you would be fired for in any police department in this country. Maybe not in Texas. No misunderstanding at all. Antonio Guterres and his goons, his barbecuing goons, goon squad. Look, and then, so media accreditation says, well, we can get your computer. They let people in all the time. This guy hindered my work 100%. Targeted censorship. Targeted censorship. Not just one guard, the other guys. This is Antonio Guterres' UN. It's a disgust cesspool of corruption. Alison Smale, where's the head of DPI when armed guards are pushing journalists in the street? Is she playing piano? Piano with her Russian husband and the Russian mission in the delegates' lounge? Disgusting. Yeah, big discussion. Oh, we can't find Dobbins now. Dobbins is, maybe he's down torturing a journalist in the basement. I don't know. The guy should be suspended. He should probably be fired. In any legitimate city, non-exempt, immune place, he would be sued. He is corrupt. A bad lieutenant. He's the bad lieutenant. Who's in charge here? Talk to somebody above Dobbins. Dobbins can't run. I was thrown out of the UN, Ambassador, in the middle of the Eid event. As a journalist that covers UN corruption, I was physically removed. You're a member state. What do you think of it?
So would you like to get your computer?
No, I'm waiting right here. I want you to go and tell the other non-resident correspondents that this is the rule. I refuse to be treated. I refuse. I will not accept being double standard treated by Malu. I will not.
I didn't remove it.
No, so it's fine. I'm sure you think it's fine.
I'm not saying it's fine.
Well, no, I want to go. I don't want it. I don't trust anyone in the UN system to touch anything of mine. Nothing, because it's all a big joke. I didn't do anything. I was going to write up that stupid event that Antonio Guterres came 45 minutes late to, and a rogue guard pushed me in the street, and I'm asking to have that restored. I'm asking to do my work and get my stuff without relying on any UN person. And I'm asking you to if that's the rule, then enforce the rule. Ask Dobbins why he's not enforcing the rule. Ask him why only one journalist did he chose. Isn't that troubling? It's not troubling to you? Call Alison Smale. I'll call freaking Alison Smale. She should be fired.
At this point, the most I can do is get your computer for you.
I don't want you to touch anything of mine. I don't. Can you understand that? I was thrown out of the UN. Holy See, please ask the church whether a journalist should be thrown in the street during Eid al Fitr for no reason. For no reason other than that they don't like a journalist that covers corruption. It happened. Lieutenant Dobbins, that's his name. Please write it down. Lieutenant Dobbins. Lieutenant Dobbins, on his own authority, had a journalist thrown in the street, and Malu is not doing anything. Nothing. Nothing. No, I'm serious. Go and announce that the rule is that non-resident correspondents have to leave at 7. If that's the rule. If it's not the rule, then don't tell me I have to abide by it.
So you don't want me to get your computer?
I don't want you to do it. No, I don't. If you escort me, I don't accept this. This is wrong. This is actionable. You should call Alison Smale, Hua Jiang, one of these fancy ladies. This is an event in which a journalist was thrown out in the street physically in the daytime, in the broad daylight, during an event. The rules mean nothing. They're hoping that I'll somehow screw up and then you can crack down on me. But I haven't screwed up at all. I was called an asshole by them. Right? Why don't I do something wrong? Then you can say, well, it doesn't matter what they did. Look what you did. No, I'm here. I'm not swearing. I'm refusing to leave. I'm going to tell every ambassador that comes out that it's a joke. Alison Smale is a lazy, non-existent person because this isn't it. This is DPI. This is public information. A journalist was physically thrown in the street by Lieutenant Dobbins and guys with machine guns. And I'm asking you to go and address it. It's very simple.
I will address it. But
there's people at the barbecue that are higher than Dobbins. Can you go up to them and say, I think this is a bad thing that happened. We have to do something about this?
I will discuss it, but at the moment...
So there's nobody higher than Dobbins in this building right now. There's nobody higher than Dobbins in this building right now. I was escorted in before when they tried to do this to me in this targeting fashion. A UN security official escorted me and stood to the side, clapping his hands while I pulled it out. That's what I would like. I don't want anyone in the UN touching any. Oh yeah, thanks a lot. After an hour, go and announce it. They sold tickets. Do you think security didn't sell tickets to non-resident correspondents that wanted to buy them? You think they asked them, "Are you a non-resident correspondent?" No, they took their money and they're serving them liquor. Maybe they may be underage. I don't even know.
Well, now you're throwing out.
I am. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not such a good journalist now that I've been thrown in the street. No, I'm not. I'm saying go to the security party. Go to the security party and ask who is above Dobbins because something bad has taken place. I represent the Department of Public Information, and a journalist has been put out in a way that was clearly targeting, and I would like it to be resolved in reserve. And it has to be. At least try to do that. I'll wait here. I don't care. My time is devoted to this right now.
Thank you for instructions.
No, I'm suggesting that you do that.
But at the moment, I'm trying to help you get
I'm still here. I'm not walking away, but I would like you to go to the barbecue and ask for somebody above Mr. Dobbins, and I will stay right here.
I can't guarantee you'll get your picture
I don't know.
at this point.
Okay, well. And this is how it ends. The gate is closed. I still don't have my laptop. Underage teenage girls from the DSS barbecue. I told Mick Brown, the head of UN Safety and Security Service, that I was thrown out against the rules without my computer, and he laughed. So did USG Catherine Pollard. A Moroccan diplomat said, "Don't you write 25% about my country?" Nothing was done. Nothing was done. The UN is corrupt. The journalist that writes about Antonio Guterres' failure on Cameroon, misuse of public funds, failure to audit the China Energy Fund Committee, not only is kept restricted in favor of no-show dictator state media, but today was targeted openly in front of while other non-resident correspondents remained in. Lieutenant Dobbins and at least 5 automatic weapon-equipped UN security people who wouldn't give their names pushed inner city press into the street. And all the USGs and all the DSSs and all of the sleaze, nothing was done because the UN is corrupt. The only, I don't know what the solution is, but full restoration must take place. This was caused by the corruption and atmosphere and lassitude of Antonio Guterres, Amina J. Mohammed, and Alison Smale. And they are responsible. I don't even know who Drennan is. Let's see. Is Malu coming out with my computer? Is Lieutenant Dobbins going to come out? No. It's disgusting. The UN is disgusting. Okay, here we are. Inner City Press, which covers the UN, including UN corruption, bribery scandal, Eng Lap Sang, Patrick Ho, Cameroon, Inaction, Fat Tony, Antonio Guterres, misspending public money, Deputy Secretary General Amina J. Mohammed, selling rosewood trees to China illegally, Alison Smale, incompetent. We write stories, 8 a day, 10 a day. Today at 7 p.m., during an event listed in the UN Media Alert, taking place in the UN General Assembly lobby to celebrate, ironically, the end of Ramadan and Eid al Fitr. Inner City Press was covering it. The event was still going on. We were going up to actually write up the event when a guard, UN security official, Lieutenant Dobbins, stopped Inner City Press at the turnstile and said, "You have to leave the building at 7 o'clock. I said, "No, I don't. I have to get into the building by 7 o'clock, unless there's an event, which there already is." And he said, "No." I said, "Well, my computer's upstairs." He said, "No, you're leaving right now." And he made a call, and surprisingly, in 4 minutes, 5 guards with machine guns in little bags next to them arrived. And they started pushing me out of the building. And I said, "Here's the media alert. There's an event still going on. There's other non-resident correspondents at the event. Are you going to tell them to leave?" He said, "You got to leave. Push." I said, I called Media Accreditation, MALU, Media Accreditation Liaison Unit. No answer, a voicemail. I said to a Moroccan diplomat as I'm getting pushed out of the building, "You're a member state." He's like, Pushed outside of the gate. Other guards said, what can we do? Nothing. It's like but this is the UN. This is totally corrupt. They wanted me to just walk away. So I stayed. I said, I need my computer. Various guards said, well, there's nothing we can do. If we speak up, I'll lose my G4 visa. I'll be sent back to my country. Everyone has an excuse. Everyone has an excuse. I said to the chief, Dobbins' supervisor, the chief of safety and security service, Mick Brown, and he just laughed. You know what? There was a boozy UN security barbecue behind the UN, behind the GA, that had underage people, that had non-resident correspondents whose money they took to go to that event. All right? So they knew they were in the bill. It's disgusting. But who's caused it? Forget Lieutenant Dobbins. He's a corrupt UN security official. Drennan should be fired as well, the head of UN security. He's created this, but ultimately it's the people at the top. Ever since Antonio Guterres came in, Inner City Press has written to him a number of times, and to his deputy, Aminu J. Mohammed, formerly the Environment Minister of Nigeria, selling rosewood trees, and to Alison Smale, when he finally put in a head of Department of Public Information, to say something's gone tragically wrong here. Inner City Press, which asks more questions than any other media, is actively being targeted and searched. We need to be restored to our office, which has sat empty for months. It was assigned to an Egyptian state media that never comes in. Akbar Al-Yam, who's correspondent, elderly, retired, New Jersey-bound, a former president of the UN Correspondents Association, which is totally corrupt. They've actually, not only have they not fought censorship, they bring it about. But no answer. No, they're so busy. Antonio Guterres is so busy spending your money going to the World Cup, going to eat Portuguese lunches in D.C., he can't stop censoring. Well, this is on him. This is his UN, where the only investigative journalist, actually, that goes to the briefing and asks questions, was thrown in the street by his guards. He's corrupt. So now we're here. We couldn't. I would have liked to Periscope the whole thing at the gate because it was disgusting. Okay, you have people, UN security with. Well, I don't want to characterize it. Maybe we'll find a way to portray it. But the phone ran out, so now we're here. See, there's a charging thing here in the park across the street from the UN. There's still maybe Dobbins is shooting up inside. Oh, a number of times. This is the great thing. After UN security totally arbitrarily and illegally threw me out, they were like, well, now you're speculating. Okay, yeah, that's right. I guess if I was a journalist who never came in, or a journalist who said Antonio Guterres is great, he's deeply concerned about Cameroon, you know what? He's not. Antonio Guterres is responsible. He's worse than Ban Ki-moon. He's a corrupt, lazy, phone-it-in, friend of Paul Biya, joker of the single diplomatic problem. And I can say I'm there every day. I published a statement. He put out a statement on Eritrea and Ethiopia. I published it. He hasn't solved one thing in 18 months. He's a disgrace. His reforms are a joke. Now, the funny thing is, before I knew that they were going to target me to be physically thrown out by guys with machine guns, I was saying they have to let me in on Sunday so I can cover the budget thing, where Big Tony's fake reforms that are going to cost $1 billion. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say the U.S. mission is a joke. They've not only not stopped censorship, they're letting money be wasted. They think that this disgusting, apathetic Portuguese Secretary General is reforming something. He's not. He's actually going to be moving jobs out of New York, just so you know. Maybe the Trump administration will catch wind of this. There's a proposal called the Global Service Delivery Mechanism, which will fire American citizens working for the UN and move their jobs to Mexico City and Budapest. And the U.S. mission didn't say anything. Maybe they didn't get the memo that this is a joke. But let's go back to the main thing. Throwing an American investigative journalist, an investigative journalist of any country, into the street, blatantly targeting, is an outrage. The UN has no credibility to talk about freedom of the press. The spokesman, Stefan Dujarric, he brought it about. He said, "Oh, you're in the building, Farhan Haq." It's disgusting, disgusting. Now we're seeing. I wish it wasn't so dark, so you could see the license plates coming out. There might be drug dealers, pimps. Seriously, they get away with this because there's immunity, because nothing can happen to them. This guy Dobbins, I'm not a fan of the NYPD, but I'm telling you, if a rogue lieutenant targeted a journalist and openly said, "I don't care anything that you're saying," and pushed him in the street with guys with machine guns, they'd be suspended at a minimum. Only in the UN can you go back and drink with underage because the guy at the top, it doesn't give a damn. He's going to spend your money. You know what they spent? They spent months telling me I shouldn't cover his hypocrisy. Antonio Guterres gave a speech saying everyone should turn off their lights for Earth Hour because he's so concerned about global warming. Yeah, really? Then why'd you fly to the World Cup? Why were all the lights on blazing in your mansion when you're not even home? It's a joke. If people covered him as much as they cover a city council person, he would be flat out on his ear because he doesn't do his job. But this is on him. Forget everything else. He's incompetent. He hasn't solved anything. He's lazy. He's untransparent. He is responsible for censorship. He's a joke. His deputy, and you can, please, go to innercitypress.com. These people have been written to 4 times. This didn't happen out of nowhere. They created an atmosphere where some brain-dead Lieutenant Dobbins was like, I'm going to get a promotion by targeting this journalist. Maybe he will. Maybe that's how corrupt they are. UN peacekeepers rape children. I'm not making this up. This is not Pizzagate. Go to the UN's website. It's called Conduct and Discipline. And you can find that in the past 2 months, they've disclosed at least 3 child rapes, and no one has been held accountable. Nobody. So, of course, Dobbins thinks, hey, I'm having a boozy barbecue. Let me throw the journalist in the street. This guy better be fired. And I better be restored to this empty Egyptian tomb. And whatever. Anyway, whatever happens, I'm going to film it. I'm going to film it because these guys are so crazy that if you don't film it, they'll say that Al Jazeera, the great journalism is not a crime people. I wonder if they'll cover the physical eviction of a journalist from the UN with machine guns, because they actually try to complain when I covered their fake spoon-fed press conference with Stefan Dujarric. Reuters then bureau chief Louis Charbonneau wrote an email to Stefan Dujarric trying to get Inner City Press thrown out of the UN. When somebody saw it and was shocked and leaked it to me, and I published it, he wrote to Google and said that his email to the UN was copyrighted and should be taken down or blocked from search under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. And it was. And it's still blocked. But if you go through innercitypress.com, you can find it. You can find it. That's the UN. The people that cover it are in bed with them. There were journalists drinking with security tonight as security threw a journalist in the street, and they should be embarrassed. And on Tuesday, Antonio Guterres, apparently to butter up the already buttered up and apathetic correspondence, the same day that he holds his first press conference in 6 months, he's going to allow them he's going to give remarks at the launching of their little booklet. And they claimed that this event is open to all correspondence. And so, as the Free UN Coalition for Access, FUNCA, wrote in and said, okay, where's the event? We want to cover it. No answer, because it's not open to all correspondence. It's a closed circle of corrupt journalists. Some people don't even know. So in the same way that UN security guards tonight said, well, what could I do? I'd lose my job. Some little guy from Turkish Journal said, I know it's wrong, but I need it in my office, and what can I do? Yeah, what can you do? The UN is corrupt. Let's see. I'm waiting here because there's still people driving out. Maybe Lieutenant Dobbins, forget. I'm not. Anyone hearing this, please remind me. He's the least of it. He's just a bad lieutenant. It's like a movie of a corrupt police officer. It's Antonio Guterres. This guy, if he doesn't act, should lose his job. Simple as that. Stuffing his face with Portuguese lunches in D.C. with a spokesman who's spoken for Ban Ki-moon, who goes on vacation all the time, who calls on journalists that can't even talk. There's a guy called Masoud Haider. He can't even talk anymore, and he's giving him the first question. When Inner City Press, well, I won't get into it. This is built up, and yet, regardless of what Inner City Press does, we tried to not show Antonio Guterres' corrupt mansion for a full month as a sign of good faith because some guy was an intermediary and suggested it. We didn't do it. And it didn't matter. Not a single restriction was removed. The UN simply does not want to be covered. And they want to hand money and office space and champagne toasts to people that will suck up to them and say they're doing good work. And they're not. They haven't solved the conflict in years. They've raped children in CAR, DRC, Haiti. They've been cholera in Haiti. They have guys that are wearing UN security uniforms in Cameroon as houses are being burned down. They have an envoy that said that separatists are extremists who should be killed. He didn't say they should be killed. He just called them extremists. Code word, code word. So you can check it out. If you go back through, if you're watching this Periscope, presumably you can go back 3 or 4, and you'll find Lieutenant Dobbins and his machine gun-toting colleagues who refuse to give their names. You'll find them. And you reach your own conclusion. If that's acceptable, then the UN should honestly close down. And Mayor de Blasio and Penny Awardina and various people that are like, and the UNA USA and UNA UK. No, if you don't hold it accountable, if you say this is acceptable, then you're lost. Then you're lost. The UN doesn't deserve any money from anyone. I wouldn't, if I had $1 million, I wouldn't give them $1 right now because they're corrupt. They just waste it. They use it for impunity. If I had $1 million, I'd say I'll give it to you if you use some of it to pay for the people you killed in Haiti with cholera. If you institute some rules so you don't just encourage your peacekeepers to rape children because they know they can just, the worst that can happen is to go home. And to have a bad lieutenant, this Dobbins thing is part and parcel with it. He didn't care what the rule was. He didn't care that there were other journalists. He didn't care anything. He just said, I can push you in the street. Ha! And then go back to my barbecue and drink. Well, no. I guess you can. If you can, you can. It's a totalitarian regime, except that it doesn't even have a charismatic leader. There was a spokeswoman from Sweden that she said, how can I help? And I said, you got to call DPI. And she said, who? Tal Meckel? No, all name Maria? I said, no, call Alison Smale. She said, who's Alison Smale? It's the head of DPI. That's how invisible. Every penny that's been paid for this person should be returned because she did not do any part of her job. None. Inner City Press wrote to her 5 times. I saw her in the hall and I didn't even know if she could understand what I was saying. Snuck in her husband to play piano in the delegates' lounge. It's embarrassing. Disgusting. And I'm tying this to what happened with Lieutenant Dobbins and his colleagues. And nothing was done. I stayed. There goes a rat. Look, there's rats by the UN. There's a guy actually sleeping over there that looks like a corpse. I feel pretty bad about him. I think he's alive. I think he's just, I don't want to bother him. This is the UN. Wait a second. Is that a police car? That would be great. Is there markings on that car? Who's coming out of the UN Bacchanal? Let's see if we can zero in. Because I'm telling you, this place is corrupt. They basically, they're literally trying to physically discourage any type of coverage of Fat Tony's misuse of public funds. And it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hopefully the bus will move, and then we'll see. Maybe Fat Tony was in there partying with the... Oh, no. They said... Did you say that he was using prostitutes? No. I said he prostituted the UN to Paul Biya of Cameroon, to Saudi Arabia, whose check he took so they could kill children in Yemen. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. Let's see. Who's driving out? Guys, somebody's coming around the traffic circle. War criminal? Drug dealer? Lieutenant Dobbins? Bad lieutenant? Tony Guterres? Oh, no. He's planning to spend your money to go down to D.C. and eat with the Portuguese. Why didn't he just stay in Portugal? Unbelievable. No computer. I saw people let in. There were NGOs came drunkenly out of the barbecue. Guy came back with no pass, and I left something on the 32nd floor. They let him in. So it's not paranoia. It's open targeting. I urge you to go back and look at. I don't know. Maybe they can claim it's copyrighted. Maybe they'll pull a Lou Charbonneau or a FIFA and try to get it taken down. But it is what it is. Antonio Guterres is running a corrupt UN. He was informed before this happened of the problem of the targeting of the investigative press who was writing about him, and he did nothing because he likes it. He says, I don't know, my spokesman is doing it. No, he doesn't. This spokesman wouldn't be doing it without your assistance. He is corrupt. And saying this, I'm going to demand to be treated at least as well as Akbar al-Yam and Masoud Haider and Turkish Journal and state media. Disgusting.